Horror movies hold a special place in the history of cinema. From the earliest beginnings, audiences have been fascinated by these films because they provide the excitement of danger in a much safer environment. I don't think anyone wants to be the subject of a real-life slasher like in Scream or the Halloween franchise, but they want to feel the rush, the excitement. And in 1973, audiences were treated to an entirely new kind of horror with the debut of the original Exorcist film. Since then, we've gotten a whole slew of hell-related cinema, some good, some bad, but all pretty scary. Then along comes The Pope's Exorcist to provide an entirely new spin on the subgenre. But is it as scary as prior entries in the franchise? Does it provide anything new or innovating? Well, join me, dear viewer, as I dive deep into the hellish landscape of The Pope's Exorcist. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on all new reviews I put out weekly here at Off the Cover. And without further ado, onto the video. A part of every horror movie's many sequels is the increasing stakes of each subsequent follow-up. Stop upping the ante and you get a franchise that grows stale over time. Some examples of that included Saw, Halloween, and Nightmare on Elm Street franchises whose many sequels just continued to follow the same formula, which eventually led to those films becoming stale and, even worse, memes. As soon as a genre gets a parody, it means the end is near. When we got Scary Movie in 2000, the age of the slasher flick had come to an end. The same can be said about teen comedies, too. When we got Not Another Teen Movie in 2001, the genre died a quick and unglorified death. But now as we begin to emerge from the dark ages of cinema, new and innovative films are beginning to emerge out of the wasteland that is modern Hollywood. Films like The Pope's Exorcist. What makes The Pope's Exorcist a fresh take on this subgenre of horror is how grounded it is at the start of the story. The film is very loosely based on the works of the very real-life Father Gabriele Amorth, the chief exorcist for the Pope of the Catholic Church in Rome. The film's audience will be a bit bifurcated though, with one side believing in the existence of demons and those that don't believe but are more than happy to suspend their disbelief for a good rush. The film doesn't seem to concern itself with matters of faith or religion in any deep sense, but rather it concerns itself more in telling a good story with some rather excellent character development. Father Gabriele Amorth has an interesting backstory which, through the inner workings of papal politics, is fleshed out slowly from the beginning. He's haunted by one of his failures, a mentally disturbed woman which he abandoned to the care of what he described as more able to deal with psychological issues. His intent is to get this latest case right. Through his interactions with the demon, as well as exploring the history of the abbey in which the film's plot unravels, he is able to piece together the puzzle of history. Why was the abbey a place that gave Rome trouble in the past? Without posing any spoilers, I'll just say that The Exorcist uncovers a conspiracy spanning centuries. So the story isn't so much about exorcising demons from people, but rather from history itself. The film's story is weaved together so well that by the end of the film, he learns of his role in a much larger world with deeply rich history. We're even teased a whopping 199 sequels. Whether we'll get even a fraction of that remains to be seen. The acting. Where to start? Russell Crowe is brilliant. You can tell he greatly enjoyed this character, and his professionalism and respect for the lore really comes through in the movie. His delivery of lines is both hilarious and powerful. The man is by now a legend in cinema, and this movie was a really interesting choice of departure from his previous films. The other actors serve only but to support Crowe's brilliant acting. One bit that may have come across as a little trite is the mother's acceptance of the situation, rather than questioning the validity of the priest's claims. Although modern cinema has been littered with far too many questioning pseudo-intellectuals, the mother accepts the priest's analysis of the situation because the plot needs her to, which makes for a far tighter and efficient script. It was a subtle nod to the audience to suspend their disbelief. The possession itself is a totally new and more powerful take on these phenomena than seen previously. There is a real sense of menace from the demon, and the circumstances around the possession reach Harry Potter-level mythology. The background unravels slowly, which serves to build up the tension more organically than in previous installments. For some, this will be a movie to be enjoyed and taken at face value. For others, those who enjoy historical fiction, it provides entertainment in droves. What's an even fresher take is that it doesn't rely on jump scares or silly nods to other exorcism movies. It's its own thing. Overall, The Pope's Exorcist provides solid entertainment, whether you're a believer or not. By focusing on storytelling and character development, the film was able to remain on point and focused. The writing is very tight and efficient, never lingering on any one plot point or character, which weave together a very tense and thrilling film that can excite an audience. Whether you're a fan of horror or not, this is definitely a good movie to check out if you're dying to see a good story with intriguing characters. Definitely worth a watch. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more great content.